This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this is a class and this is a class variable person. Okay, you are defining person. Within that you are instantiating a function. Okay, within that the self variable is the first variable. This is the default variable as I explained in the last class. Then you pass in one more variable called name, because a person should have a name. Within this function, what you are doing, you are writing self dot name is equal to name. That means you are defining this particular variable for this particular class function, person. This is a function. Now this is a class. Within this class, whatever function is there, no, this is called as method.
So all the function come together is called a method.
Not a single method. For this class, we are having three methods.
Three functions, and functions you have a method.
For a class, 1, 2, 3 functions.
Okay.
These functions, when present within a class, are called as methods.
Okay. When they are
Methods,
outside, it is
yes.
called function.
So these functions as a method refer to this class of person only. These methods won't be there for some other class if you write. So
Okay.
example, if you are having a list, you will have append, you will have sort, you will have remove, correct? You will have multiple methods for a list. That if you visualize yourself, so list is a class. It would be like class of list. Within that there will be one sort function, there will be one what do you say, oh man, okay, sort function. Let's get this, let's define a class and just go through that. Okay, L is equal to 1, 2, 3, L dot. Now you see, append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, sort, insert, remove, reverse. So all these are methods, right? But
Yeah.
practically speaking, out of the list, these are functions. List is a class. Within that, these are functions. That's why these have become methods. Okay. But these methods, when you write a tuple, you will have only two methods, count and index. What I'm trying to say, list methods won't be the methods for tuple.
Each
Okay?
class would have different functions, right?
Method. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this function is holding, suppose this list is holding those methods, because they would have written this self within that list functions, and that self, what it will do, it will relate that functions to that particular list only. So person, now it is holding name, say hello, delete. This will be working only for person class, but it will not for some other class where you are using tomorrow. Okay, you understood that? So this connection, one second, this connection is established by this self only. So this person belonging to me only, this person class is belonging to me, and it will hold the function say hello and delete, only these two. Okay, now if you go yes, continue, Pawan, you can ask the question now.
So self is kind of a joining thing between that particular function to that particular class, right?
Wonderful, that is what I was trying to say. Yes, so this connection is established between this function and this person is by self.
Okay.
అర్థమైందా?
Yeah.
తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే పర్సన్ సేయాలో అనేది నాది, లిస్ట్ సార్ట్ అనేది నాది, ట్యూపుల్ ఇండెక్స్ అనేది నాది. ఆ సెల్ఫ్ కనెక్షన్ వల్ల ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ అవుతుంది సింపుల్ చెప్పాలంటే.
So different can a different class could use the same function name?
Different class can use, yes, you can use. See, list will have index. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Tuple
And
will also have index,
okay.
but they would have written separately for tuple and they would have written separately for list.
Yeah.
There is no inheritance in this.
Okay.
Okay. Naming convention they would have used same index and count to make us more convenient using Python. They would have used the same naming convention, but this is a different class. This is a different class. There is no correlation between two. Okay. There is no inheritance over here. Let's dig into the further things. So you guys understood what is self now, no, Nagaraju?
Yeah. Self
Okay.
is something the default value, which will make a relation between the class and the function.
Correct. So it will tell, okay, this is mine, my own. Okay.
So each function or a method will definitely have self.
Correct. So let's give me this example. What is a object? What is attribute? Even you asked me the last time. Nagaraju asked me this question. So let's scroll it up. These are attributes, Nagaraju. Okay.
Okay.
This is object. Raju is object. Puppy is object. Roger is object. This is
Okay.
class.
Yeah, class I am pretty sure, but variables, objects, and attributes only.
Okay.
I
No,
think.
just to go through this example, visit once again.
Mm,
Dog class, it is holding two attributes. Mammal, correct, two attributes. So we have two functions, fun and then bark. We have two self-defined variables called self. Okay. These two self-defined variables, what it is making, these do not take any value. Okay.
Yeah.
But this self is connecting this dog with fun and dog with bark. So these two are methods of this dog class now.
Yes.
Okay. These two are attributes of this dog class.
Yes.
Okay. Now you understood what is a method, you understood what is an attribute, you understood what is a class. Three things.
Yeah.
Now what is an object? Object is when you assign a class to a particular variable.
Variable. It becomes an object.
It becomes an object. So Roger is an object of this class. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Correct. So when you run this and when you type Raju dot, you will get two attributes and you are getting two functions. Okay.
Yes.
But
So
can
Raju dot yes. Ask Pawan.
how can we differentiate, like when we put Raju dot tab, right?
You are getting four things.
Yeah, but can we like differentiate, like is there any way to differentiate between attributes and then the class, the other stuff?
Okay, yes, I was just going to explain you that. Raju dot attribute 1, run it, it will give you an answer. You put a round bracket, you cannot call a string object. So this was a variable. This was an attribute. So Raju dot bark, run it.
Function.
It is a function.
Yep.
So for calling Raju dot bark, because this is a function, you have to put brackets. Okay. When you call a method, you have to put brackets. When you call attributes, no need of putting any brackets.
Okay.
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 Suppose you could have done one thing. I am not sure whether this docstring works, but let's try it out. Okay. So This is the fun method within the class dog. This is the bark method within the class dog. Do one more thing. Put here.
These are attributes.
This dog class has two attributes, name attr1 and attr2. Assuming this will work out, and it should work out. Okay, some mistake I've done. Unexpected indent. Okay, that is pretty common. I can just indent it back. Okay, that ran. Now Raju is the object. Raju dot shift tab. It says no doc string. Let's find out how to write a doc string. So 1 second. Within a class.
R-
Even I forgot.
Raju
Yeah, chap.
Raju dot is an object, right? For that object, we didn't give any kind of an doc string, right? But if we do
No,
like
when you call this method itself, no, what you have done, you have assigned this method to have a sorry, this object to have that dog class, right? So you are telling if I put dog dot, I would get the answer. Correct? You are saying
I
dog
was
dot I
thinking
read.
fun dot would give us the answer. I was thinking more like because for
That would become a function, no? But I want to write dog string for a class itself.
okay.
So let's see it out. 1 second. Even I forgot I should accept that. Okay. Fun dot nothing comes up because that is within the class. Okay.
Okay.
Dog string. They are writing, no? Why we are not getting? Okay, the similar way we wrote, they have also run. Okay, instead we can write help dot something. Okay, then the syntax issue. Help dot, sorry, help dot help of. Okay, we got it. Okay, our shift tab did not work out, but see, we got the entire description. Is that okay, Pawan?
So what did we press? Help. Okay.
Help of dog.
Okay.
So now you got the entire dog string. This we wrote, right? Even this we wrote.
Okay.
It is telling, okay, this has built-in objects. Methods are defined here. Bark.self, fun of self. This bark method is the class within the dog. We only wrote this. If you remember this, these two things. And then
So this says what's inside in it, but it doesn't define the function that what are we defining in that particular function,
no,
right?
I did not understand. Okay, what is the function that we are doing within that? No,
Yeah.
that you cannot do. No.
In any way, we cannot find out what's happening in that function.
You have to write a doc string for that. There is no other go. See, even
Okay.
if you press list of sort,
Okay.
you won't get what is sort doing, no, until unless you
Yeah.
write some doc string.
So only this particular file have that whole functions where it was defined, right?
This file means, see, again, this is notebook. You remember the file example where we wrote a Python file and we placed it in one folder and we called that.
Yeah.
So once you write this program and store it in that particular file
Yeah.
and call this class wherever, then you will
Okay.
understand. But I would always suggest Go write doc strings.
Okay.
These are very helpful.
Okay.
Okay. See,
Okay.
this I did not write, but it only told me there are two attributes. But what are the functions doing? Because these are my own functions, it told me.
Okay.
Okay. The only thing that I forgot was like help of dog. Okay. Clear,
Okay.
Nagaraju?
Ah,
Okay. Wonderful. So now, Nagaraju, you know four things, right? What is object?
what is
What is
object?
method? What
What
is
is
attribute? What is
attribute?
class?
What
And
is
what
function?
is self?
Yeah. Self
So
function
can
and
you just brief me on that, because I want to get a revision of it.
function and object both are same until and unless it is inside the class, it is called method. If it is outside the class, it is called function.
Okay.
In class, we have objects, methods, attributes, and yeah, objects, methods, and attributes. Okay.
Okay. I want to stop here. A class
Okay.
will have attributes and methods.
Class will
Object is an assignment to the class.
objects is assignment to I have clarity.
Object is equal to class. Remember this example always. Dog, Raju. Raju is object. Raju is equal to class you wrote. Always,
Yeah.
tomorrow, if you are going to class, you are writing a class, always remember this example of Raju or whatever the dog name you want to remember. Dog is a class.
Yes.
If your dog name is Raju, Raju is equal to dog of. So this is object now. But dog will hold attributes and methods. Methods are functions.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can you repeat now?
Yeah. So yeah, classes has methods, attributes, and objects. Objects are initialized like class name and in bracket.
Okay. That is called as calling.
Yeah, calling. It can also call the methods by dot object name dot attribute name, and if it is calling class, we will use those brackets, open and close.
Okay. This is a method.
Method.
When you call a function within a class, it is a method. Okay.
Okay.
Chalo. Progress further. These are some special variables within Python for a class. This attribute names you will use only for this purpose. You will not use anywhere. If you remember the keyword concept which I told you few days back, right? Wherein you cannot use for is equal to something and is equal to something or is equal to something. You remember that, right?
Yep.
Never use this syntax within the class for any other purpose. Don't rename this to something else. Okay. Name is a class name. Doc, document reference string of a class. Dict variable of a class namespace.
What is
Module,
dict?
module. Dict is a dictionary.
Okay.
Okay. Basis.
Dictionary in the sense key value pairs kind of thing.
Correct.
Okay.
So we will see once we dig into a particular class example wherein we use these examples, we will see those. But try to remember not to use this.
Okay.
I'll give you this PPT. You can keep it for your reference. But I would say this is very good. Whoever has written it has written it in a brilliant way. Okay. Let's progress further. So init method. Why init method is required? A init method is run as soon as an object of a class is instantiated. It aims to instantiate the object, initialize the object. So if you go back to our example,
a small help. What is the meaning of instantiation?
start, initialize.
Okay. Okay.
So car object, okay, object you are storing here. Okay, I'll tell you. Instantiate, this is called as shortcut init, and the
Okay.
syntax is something like underscore underscore init underscore underscore, two underscores.
Okay.
Self is default variable.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
make model owner. Okay, three
These are
variables.
attributes.
Correct. These are variables for this init function.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
call attributes again. Attributes,
Okay. Okay.
if it
Okay.
was outside, attributes.
Those are attributes, but if it's an inside a function, those are variables. Okay.
Correct. These are parameters or else variables. You can call it
Okay.
either. So this self connection is very important now. Self dot make, self dot model, self dot owner.
Okay.
So this self, it will make this car own. Okay, car, this self is making the connection own. Car class is owning three variables within the instantiation function make model owner. Okay,
So instead of the car, you are writing self. That's all.
yeah. So this is the connection here. These three are getting connected to this car only by using this self.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now let's run this small object over here. Now I am storing C1 is equal to car of, I'm calling this class, I am passing three variables because it takes three variables. This is one
Okay.
object, but it is
Okay.
having three variables.
So C1 is an object.
Correct.
Okay.
Object is equal to car of, if no variables were there, if suppose make model number was not there, I would have just written a print as in the previous example of dog.
Okay.
I do not pass any variables over here. Let's scroll up and see. Second boss. There were no variables after self.
Yeah.
So what I did, I just wrote print statements. But in practical scenario, this is not a feasible solution. In a practical scenario, you need to have variables, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, make model owner. Now this car, this is an object, C1 is an object now.
Yeah.
This is class.
Yeah.
These three are the parameters or the variables.
Yep.
Because it takes three variables. Okay.
Okay.
Now don't write this print statements here. Let's do one thing. I have run this program. Now I have made the assignment. C1 assignment I have made. Okay. Okay, I wrote your names example also. I was just thinking, when did I write Pawan over here?
In our previous class, yeah.
No. I prepared this material. No, at that time I wrote, okay, Pawan wants to go in this or something. I did not teach you car, right? But I wrote this example and I kept. We
Okay.
wrote it when it was functions.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's do print of C1. What will be the answer?
We need to give some.
No. I just want you to see what it will tell. So Python, for this car object C1 has allocated some memory. Car object at so and so location.
Oh. Okay.
Then out of this car, what you have? Let's put a dot tab. Make BMW. Okay. I get a silence all of a sudden.
Okay.
Anything?
Okay. So it's basically showing us the memory locations too, right? Yeah.
Correct. That's what I wanted to show you. This car,
Okay.
it is an object, right? It is an object.
Okay.
C1.
Yeah. Yeah.
it is stored at so and so memory location.
Okay.
Understood? Main function car object at so and so location.
Okay.
Now BMW, oh sorry, if I want to, what are the different variables within that?
BMW 550i and then Pawan.
Okay, whatever you want to, just take this 3, put this print statements, now change C1, C1, C1. Okay.
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 Perfect.
Now
Okay.
Pawan, Nagaraju will tell why only for Pawan. I also want a car. So just to define one more function for Nagaraju. He is stored at so and so location, for different location for him and
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Now when you run the variables, okay,
Perfect.
understood as of now?
Yep.
Why is that print statement different for model?
Model ఏం డిఫరెంట్ ఉంది?
Green color.
నథింగ్ కదా అట్లా, అక్కడ హైలైట్ ఉంది కాబట్టి అట్లా
Oh, okay, okay.
ఇక్కడ నేను ఐఎమ్ అట్ దిస్ లైన్, దట్స్ వై ఇట్ ఇస్ టెల్లింగ్.
Hmm.
Python will help you out if you don't write this, no, it will
Hmm.
not tell you anything, but when you close it will match. If you had one more bracket, see this is having red color,
Okay.
you can make it. So if you go put one more bracket, it will say it is proper.
Yeah, yeah.
But Python print should have only one round brackets. Okay.
Yeah. In 2 we don't have bracket. Now we have brackets. Okay.
So
So
yeah, Nagaraju.
why this init and what is it? Okay, it is like a cell. Okay, it is like a function, right? The init.
Correct, it is a function only.
Why with the underscore init underscore and
Yeah, I understand, this is a keyword.
yeah, it is a keyword which is already defined by Python. That's what we discussed in the PPT, right?
Already defined by Python. It is very specific to car, I mean class, and you want to initialize or very much customize a particular variables like make, model for this class only, you can use this function.
Why I can use underscore abc underscore also, right?
No,
Inside,
it will not work out.
no, inside. Okay, that is also function, right? Inside I will write all the stuff whatever you wrote.
You will say I will write info underscore like this, suppose,
and write it like that. Yeah, self
okay,
comma make
let's give it a shot. No, we will see what will happen.
self comma
Okay.
make comma model. Again you need to write inside the variable.
1 minute, we will write as you wish, no problem, we will do that. We will do that exercise and see what errors we will be getting. Okay.
So you are
Okay,
saying
tell me.
only useful for the cars object or
No, any of it, man. You write tomorrow bat object, ball object, it will work. Okay, tell me what you want to write. One more function you want me to write?
yeah, with naga something underscore naga underscore. Yeah,
Something
and
else.
self
Yeah.
make same.
Printer.
Whatever you wrote in this, you can just copy paste.
Okay. You want me to run it?
No, inside the inside that function, you for init you have make and model, right?
Okay, you want to give this also.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
instead of these two, let's not break this. I'll write owner.
yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Are you satisfied?
Anything.
Okay.
So I understand what is the difference between this init function and our own customized function name.
Okay. Okay. We will see whether it is working or not.
Yeah.
It worked. Now we have object, and
Yeah.
within that we are having 2 variables. Now totally 3 variables. Okay.
Yes, but different
So,
function.
okay. what was the name of it? So let's take C1 is equal to BMW. Here, suppose we are having totally 3, right? Make, model, owner within this object. If I put 2 and see, I will see whether it will run or it will fail or it will ask me an extra object. It ran. It did not ask me an extra object. Okay, let me put and see one more extra object. Owner name is Nagaraju, right? Okay. Now let me run this. I put
Print
C1 dot. One second, it is taking.
tab.
I pressed a tab. Might be it's not giving me any solution, or it is waiting for some time, or else.
On the top, if you see that icon, Python icon, there is find.
Sorry, I did not get you, Nagaraju.
On the top of that logout, the find search bar is open, maybe because of that. Yeah.
No, it doesn't make any difference, man. Okay. So you mean to say here now C1 dot?
Yeah, see, no.
No, nothing is working. Okay, let's use help function.
Okay.
So what happened now? You are unable to call owner itself, right?
It should say no method as owner, right? Why?
See,
Okay.
when I press C1 dot, if it was a proper example, might be I would have got 2 attributes along with that 2 functions, right? What's happening now? Okay, C1 of Naga. Can I do this? Anything that you can make out?
C1 dot owner, right?
No, Naga is a object name, right? We never called attribute name. This bark we called. We did
Okay,
not
sorry,
call
my bad.
anything in it.
My bad.
Okay, now, okay, let's assign this C1 is equal to car object, car class. Within that, it should take 3 variables as per me. Okay. Okay, what were those variables? Was make, model, and make, model, owner. Make is suppose 2020. Model is Volkswagen, and Tiguan. Okay, let's run this. What happened now? Tell me. So it is not expecting this Tiguan. Now C1 is giving me answer. Suppose within C1, can I call Naga? Yes, you are able to call. This is an object. It is telling you. When I call Naga, if I don't pass any variable, what will happen? It will tell I am missing one argument. So for this Naga, I should pass the owner variable, owner name. So Nagaraj. Print this is an example. Okay. Any questions on that? But why again self dot owner is coming as an error? You tell me now. So Python classes are defined in such a way, you write init, pass the variables. Okay, put a self dot under it and define a function, do some operation, call those variables, make use of it. But if you write naga of self dot owner, it will not work. See, you understood, Nagaraju? What is the issue over here?
No.
So for classes, no, there is very specific things, man. Write init, pass variables, write functions, make them objects, do some operations within that. Write some global variables. These are always standardized. But don't mix this init with underscore underscore naga. It doesn't make any sense, no? Init function is doing this operation. Then
Yeah.
only Python will understand. Okay, init means this fellow is defining some self variables which are very particular to this class, and the self dot owner. Here also I am writing self dot model. It is not throwing me any error. But for Naga, it is throwing error of self dot owner. It is telling what you are doing. I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason.
So the reason is always make sure write like this. Init function, self function self undali, then pass the whatever variables you want. When you are defining an object, you have multiple variables, define it over here. Okay, then pass how many ever variables you want to. This is a function now. See, do some operation within that. Print or whatever, addition, subtraction, multiplication, do some automation, whatever you want to. Okay, clear on that part? Okay, I assume you are still confused. Let's dig further. When we see comfortable examples, we will understand everything. I am agreeing to the point. Understanding classes is not that easy, straightforward, because there are few particular things like write within init, write a self. This is a method. This is the only way you should do. So there are few restrictions when you come to classes. Okay, just now we saw this example with our cars model init. Let's dig further. Now, what is a form? What is an object for a class? Class includes two members, form and object. The example in the following can reflect what is the difference between an object and form of a class. So, class of A, I is equal to 1, 2, 3, global variable. Init, self of I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, invoke form, just invoke data or method in a class. So, I is equal to 1, 2, 3. If you write like this, A of I, print A of I, you would get the answer 1, 2, 3. Okay.
A dot I. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, A dot I. But when you write A of dot I, then you will get the answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? You are calling this class object of I. This is class dot the global variable. First one is class dot the global variable. Second one is the class of object dot I. So if you see, it will tell you the explanation over here. Invoke form.
So first is calling the variable, second is calling the function, the method,
Object.
And in that method, particular object and that particular result.
Variable.
Okay.
Just invoke data or method in a class. So A dot 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3. Invoke object, initialize object firstly, then invoke data or the methods. Here it experienced init method. ఈ బ్రాకెట్స్ రాయంగానే దానికి అర్థమైపోతుంది ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ని కాల్ చేస్తున్నా నేను అని. When you don't write objects, it will just check for the global variables. Understood? Just remember this example. We will see all those later point in time. So next. Okay, inheritance. Can you just to tell me what is inheritance? I just explained from 2 days. Just give me a vague example. What is inheritance?
Class inside the class is called inheritance. You can write a
Okay.
number of inside the class.
I did not get you. You were fast.
So basically, how you are writing number of methods or function inside a class, you can also classes inside the class.
Okay,
Parent-
you mean to say I can
So-
pass a class within a other class?
No, I didn't mean that. Maybe that is correct. But what I was saying is, inside the class, how you are writing number of methods like 3, 4 functions, right? You can also write class inside the class. I was telling class inside the class. So there is already
You
one
mean
class
to say
person. Yeah,
చెప్పండి తెలుగులో పర్లేదు.
yeah. Inside the class person, you wrote some 4 to 5 methods, and
Correct.
after that again you are writing some other class name. Okay, person అనే క్లాస్ ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది. ఇంకొక క్లాస్ కూడా క్లాస్ లోపల రాయాలి. రాయడం కానీ
ఓకే
అది ఎలా తెలియదు.
ఓకే ఫైన్. అది రాయడం ఏముందిలేండి, కరెక్టే. సో సమ్వేర్ యువర్ రైట్, మైట్ బి యువర్ execution might be wrong, but your thinking is right. So when you have a, suppose I'll tell you one example. Person, there is a class person, right? And we all speak, but we have different mother tongues. Okay. So definition of this is a function. Speak, self is default. Print, I can speak. Okay. There is a class called man. Within man, he is going to wear something, correct? So he will wear a shirt, but a man speaks as well, right?
Derived from the person
Man
class.
speaks as well. So you could have written one more function within this class man. So agreed. So you could have written def of, speak of, self, print, I can speak.
Yep.
Correct. But I have some concept called inheritance. Okay. So what I will do, instead of writing one more function, I will just call this class to inherit into this man class.
Okay, whatever the methods and functions are in the person class can also
Correct.
be used for man class.
Correct.
Okay.
That is called inheritance.
Okay.
So this woman, she is also a person, right? She wears skirt.
Okay.
Similar way, you could have written she speaks one more function, but instead of that, what you did, you called the person class into this directly.
Okay. 3 classes
So
are different classes.
these are different classes now. Person is a different class, man is a different class, woman is a different class.
For each
But
class, one question. So for each class, we will have one self method. Inside the method, there will be compulsory self that we already
this
discussed.
is not method, Pawan. This is the variable attached to speak.
Yeah. Def speak is a method, right?
Correct. Self is not. Def speak is a method.
Inside the method, we will write self first time. Yeah.
First variable is self.
Okay.
Okay.
So each class can inherit only one other class, like the superclass, or just only one class, or one or two? Can it inherit more than one class?
You always jump one step. Okay, that is called as polymorphism.
I was just wondering,
I get it. Actually, from the days 2 or something, you always, whatever is running on my mind next to teach, you will just ask that question. So yes, you can do.
It's just the question I get, like, after looking at the same thing, right? Like,
yeah, I get
think
it. Very genuine. That tends to happen. That is called multiple inheritance. You can do it.
Okay.
So now you guys understood this thing. We will see the examples, but concept wise, did you guys understand? This is a very good concept example, actually. Very easy to understand also. Okay. Next, as Pawan asked, multiple inheritance. Yes, we can do. One class is there.
Okay.
One more class is there. can you inherit these both classes into one more class? Yes, you can do it. But Python supports a limited form of multiple inheritance. A class definition with multiple basis class looks as this, like, okay, class, derived class, first class, second class, third class, how many classes you want to inherit it. Okay. The
Okay.
only rule necessary to explain the semantics is the resolution of the rule used for the class attribute difference. Very English, you might not understand. Even I don't understand. This is depth first, left to right. Thus, if attributes is not found in derived class, it's searched in the base one, then recursively in the class of base one, and only if it is not found there, it is searched in base two, and so on. So, did you
Okay.
understand this thing?
Okay, so basically, if we don't have in our main class, so if we don't have any variables, it will go and search in the base one. So it will start digging into the base one. It will go in all the methods and see if any variables are needed. Only when if base one doesn't require any variable, if it doesn't require any variables, only when that will jump to base two. If it
Correct.
requires, it will ask for the base one variables.
Correct. Wonderful. So, what does it means? Class A, suppose it is having one function called speak. Okay. You print I speak Telugu in class A, suppose. And you in class C, you are writing one more function called print, wherein you say I speak English. Okay. But the function names are same in class C and class A. Okay, understood my thought, whatever I'm trying to explain?
No.
Okay, so this class you understood, right? There is something called print IMA. Okay.
Yeah.
Under this, I'm writing one more function here, def of speak.
Okay.
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 Under that def of speak, I will write I speak Telugu. Print of I speak Telugu.
Okay.
This class is now holding two functions.
Two
Okay?
functions, two methods.
A
Okay.
and speak.
Okay.
Class C, I am inheriting two classes, A and B. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
So within C, there is one function now here, IMC.
Okay. Okay.
I will write one more function, speak.
Okay.
Same spelling as in this one.
Okay.
Define of speak. I will write
Okay.
print I speak English.
Okay.
When I call C, it will
Okay.
automatically first print I speak English, because
Okay.
speak is already available here. It will
Okay.
not consider this speak anymore. Gone. This is out.
Oh. Okay.
So that is what this statement was trying to tell. So first it will check for
Okay.
an attribute within the derived class.
Okay.
If it is not there in the derived class, it will go to the previous classes like base 1, base 2, base 3, and then check in on that.
Okay.
Ardhamainda?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's just that whatever first comes, it takes the precedent.
correct. So one example here. Here this man, this woman, both are wearing something, right? But they have a different function. Same name, prints are different. I wear shirt, I wear skirt.
Yeah.
But you can inherit this man class into this woman class. You can do that, right?
Yep.
There is no restriction. Python wise,
Yeah.
you cannot do. You can do, but
Yeah.
general common sense wise, you cannot do. But this where is present in this woman class. So this inheritance is a waste here. Correct? Because this is already present. It won't even go and check in this man class what is man wearing, because this is already represented in this.
Yep.
So that is what this particular statement makes you understand. Like I search here, then I go back to the next class.
Okay.
So multi-inheritance is something like this.
So we have to be very careful. We don't want to define with the same name or a same thing.
Yes.
If we
If you are writing classes, always keep in mind not to repeat variable names, not to repeat function names. If you are repeating function names, make sure you are writing the function correct. And the thing is like what inheritance you want to do also makes sense. Like a woman class, if you want to inherit a man class, that would not make relevance. But woman class inheriting a person class is making sense. Okay.
So this is kind of in a way, it's a bit hierarchy kind of a thing, right?
Obviously,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah. So if we have a proper hierarchy, then we would be getting good results. If the
Correct.
hierarchy is
So
wrong, then it would mess up the whole.
obviously wrong. So
Yeah,
simple example, I'll tell you. Man is a mammal, dog is a mammal. Agree to that point?
agreed.
Yeah.
Correct. But we don't bark. We speak.
Yep,
Dogs bark.
yep.
If you write speak within mammal and you print I bark, because man is a mammal, dog is a mammal. If you inherited man's within man, you inherited mammal class, and within dog also you inherited mammal class, and you don't have a specific print statement of I speak or I bark. For a man class, when you run it, you will get I bark. For a dog class also, you will get I bark.
Hmm.
So it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah,
So you have to be very careful when you are going for classes, because you are trying to inherit. Classes are more specifically for the sake of inheritation only. I don't want to repeat some task, man. I will go for class. I define one function. ఒక కష్టపడి నేను ఒక క్లాస్ లో ఒక 10 ఫంక్షన్లు రాసిన, ఇంకో క్లాస్ రాయాలి, ఆ 10 ఫంక్షన్లు ఇక్కడ యూజ్ అవుతాయి అంటే నేను మళ్ళీ కొత్తగా ఎందుకు రాస్తా? అంతే కదా,
అదే. యా, యా.
తీసుకెళ్ళి అక్కడి నుంచి తెచ్చుకుంటా, అంతే, సింపుల్.
ఓకే.
So let's come to this beautiful thing where Nagaraju likes it very much. Okay, Nagaraju, what is a self, Nagaraju, as a definition? Self in Python is like a pointer in the C++. In Python functions, in class, access data via self. Init of self, comma name, print name, self, print self dot name. So your answer, P is equal to, you are assigning this object to the person class because it needs one variable name. You are passing the name. Print of P dot name is giving you the answer, whatever Yang Li is. It will give you this answer. Okay. This example is relevant to where we wrote init of make model and we wrote underscore of Naga and we wrote owner. It did not accept, right? The variables. Nagas was not at all accepted. So you have to be very clear and convenient that init may define variables. Write a function to use a print or make operations, call these variables into that function. It makes sense. But don't write underscore of print name or underscore of something else. Python won't understand. Is that okay? Self in Python works as a variable of a function, but it doesn't invoke any data. So when we have self comma name, it means it is taking only one variable, that is name. Python will understand self is a default. It won't expect any variable name for self. Is that okay?
ఓకే.
సో సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ ఈ సెల్ఫ్ లేకపోయింటే ఈ నేమ్ పనిచేసేదా? ఈ సెల్ఫ్ లేకపోయింటే ఈ ఫంక్షన్ కి ఈ సెల్ఫ్ డాట్ నేమ్ పనిచేసేదా?
No.
Wonderful. That is right. That connection should be made, no? This self is connecting to this class, but again this function should connect to this init, right?
Yeah.
So that's why this self is needed. Okay.
But anyhow, it's mandatory. Without that, we
Yeah,
cannot.
it is mandatory. బట్ ఇక్కడ ఈ సెల్ఫ్ ఉండకపోయింటే ఇది ఉపయోగం ఉండేదే కాదు మనకి. ఇది ఎర్రర్ త్రో కూడా చేసేది.
ఇప్పుడు సెల్ఫ్ డాట్ నేమ్ ఏం ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది?
ఇప్పుడు యాంగ్లీ వస్తుంది, ఎందుకంటే వాడిని ఇక్కడ డిఫైన్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా మనం.
అది పీ కొడు ఇచ్చాడు. నేమ్ అంటే
ఇది పైథాన్ 2 వర్షన్ కాబట్టి వాడు ప్రింట్ పీ డాట్ ఆఫ్ నేమ్ రాసిండు, కాకపోతే మనం బ్రాకెట్స్ లో రాసేస్తాం. ఇది ఎక్స్ట్రా లైన్ అవసరం ఉండదు. ఓకే. ఓకే, ఎన్క్యాప్సులేషన్ అంట. జస్ట్ చూద్దాం. I know it is too much of a knowledge today, but we missed 2 classes.
So we are done with
Okay.
the one, right?
Sorry,
Inheritance.
we are done. We are done
Only
with
inheritance only, right?
inheritance and multiple inheritance we have seen.
Oh yeah, yeah. Both same. Okay.
Correct. So encapsulation. In
Encapsula.
Python. Sorry, I did not get you. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I get it. In Python, you might have heard in Java like public variable, public function, private function, protected function.
Yeah.
But in Python, there is no such thing. If you want to hide something, you can do in Python. You return a one class. In that class, you wrote some function, but you don't want to give that function's access to Pawan. You are very particular about it. You can add double underscore in front of that variable so that it will become hidden.
So whenever he pull the request of my code, he
Yes.
will be seeing that, right? He will not see.
No, he will not see. See.
Oh, nice.
Person init class self name Yangli B some other person. Suppose this is Pawan, this is Nagaraju, but you have put double underscore. This will become a private variable.
Okay.
Until unless you write a doc string and make it very clear, I have a hidden variable, Pawan will not at all know until he sees your code base.
So who can see this?
Only Nagaraju will know it.
No, I'll make like 100 of these and I will leave the company. Tomorrow he will break his head, right? What is there extra?
That's why you won't write private variable, no, in organization.
So okay, if at all there is some issue happening because of my underscore, okay. So how can he debug? Okay, this guy wrote, okay, there are many private variables, so that is the why I couldn't able.
If he gets access to your code, he will look at the code. No, when the moment he sees self dot underscore of something, he will understand this is private variable.
Okay. So it
See,
means, yeah,
we will give people access to run the code, but we will never make them see the code. No one will be interested in seeing your code.
Yeah. Okay.
Until unless he is debugging your code.
Okay.
So see, this is like hiding your data, hiding your code, not giving access to particular variable. Suppose you are scared of someone modifying the variables. You just don't want to give them the access of giving parameters also. You just want to give them program. Make everything private variable, ask them to run every time. That is also right? Is that okay? I don't
Once
get a response.
Code in his hand, how can we hide it?
How can we hide it means?
Yeah, see, if I uploaded today my this program, okay, into Git. Tomorrow Sunday, Pawan is free and he just want to review and run the execute the code. He can clearly see my code what I wrote, right? What is the use?
Git access. Don't give him the Git access, no?
Yeah, that is fine, but I need to give him. But what is the?
Then he can see. If he is understanding, he can see. But he is a layman like me. I can't see a list variable class right now, right? See, if I had to see a list variable, I know 1, 2, 3, right? I run this 1, 2, 3. This is the class. Print. Sorry. Never do this mistake. One second. Let me restart the kernel. I unnecessarily rewrote. Okay. Print type of L list L dot. I know only these methods are there for me. I don't know what is a private method that this programmer, whoever has coded, has written, right? I will never know.
Okay.
You built something, you gave it to me, I'm using it. How will I know what is private in this?
Correct. Okay.
What is a private variable in this?
So if at all I want to use, what will I use? How will I use? Underscore and write that name of that variable. And
Correct. If you know what is your hidden variable. Suppose this programmer Guido Fanrosum knows what is a hidden variable. He'll put l dot underscore underscore call is variable, do the programming.
Okay, perfect. Okay, nice.
Okay. The private accessibility is a rule, not a limitation of a compiler. In fact, it is to change the name of a private name variable like underscore underscore variable or underscore underscore function to underscore class name or underscore variable or so and so. We can't access them because of the wrong names. We can use the special syntax to access the private data or methods. The syntax is actually it's changed the name. Refer to the following examples in the next slide. Okay. This function, private function.
Yeah.
If you want to access c dot accessible, it will work for you. Public access. If you
Yes.
write c dot inaccessible, you won't be able to see this. You can't access it. It will throw you this error.
Yeah.
But if you had to access a function which is hidden, then you have to write like this.
Underscore underscore.
One underscore followed by c, then underscore underscore inaccessible. Because the function name is inaccessible.
For accessible, for public one, you can just write dot accessible, but here
Correct.
dot underscore c underscore inaccessible. Okay. Function.
Okay. Okay, polymorphism is an important definition in OOPS. Absolutely, we can realize polymorphism in Python just like Java. It's called traditional polymorphism. In the next slide, we'll be seeing an example, but in Python, one traditional polymorphism exists. Only traditional polymorphism exists? No. We have so many things, so let's see.
What is polymorphism?
We will get to it one. We'll see one example, then I'll explain it.
So first thing in OOPS concept is inheritance. Second one,
Encapsulation.
in encapsulation, what we learned is we can keep a private and we can keep in public. That's all.
That's it.
Okay. Next one is polymorphism. Fourth one. How many are there like this? 4 or 5?
That's it, I assume, man. That's it. It should end with polymorphism.
Okay, then only 3.
3 and see,
Inside
classes, objects, methods, those things also people classify. But I would say no, it will end with polymorphism. That's it. Concept.
Okay.
Okay.
In polymorphism, we have multiple again varieties.
Yeah. Correct. Correct. This is traditional polymorphism, wherein we see the example. Class animal is there. Within that, you have name, sleep, make noise. Okay. For a dog class, you can inherit the animal class. Okay. This we have just seen. Again, name, make noise, print statements. Cat, animal, inheriting the animal class, name, make noise. So only function that is not repeated is sleep as of now, because all animals sleep and there is no much difference. But this fellow has kept a different name for dog, different make noise for different elements, because they speak or roar in a different way. So lion, animal, name, make noise. Test animals, print self comma animal, animal dot name, go to sleep, self dot self comma animal. He's defining 3 different functions here. Again, go to sleep, make noise, print animal. So now
So
see
here animal.
Yeah.
So in the last one, like the class test animals, right? Define print name self comma animal. So their animal is a variable, right?
This is a variable, but it is coming from somewhere.
Okay.
This is animal dot name, animal dot sleep, animal dot make noise. So do you think it is we are calling some class object here? Do you feel so?
Yeah.
Where is that?
So we are calling the first one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So something is going on here, but the syntax is different. This is small animal, capital animal.
Oh.
Okay, let's see what is happening. So test animal is equal to test animals. Some basic definition. He stored this variable. Then dog is equal to dog, cat is equal to cat, lion is equal to lion. He is just calling the objects here. He is storing dog with the dog class, cat with cat class, lion with lion class, test animals with test animal class. Okay, now test animals of print name. Okay, test animals of print name of dog. Test animals of print name of dog is passing the variable. So what am I having here? Animal dot name. Okay, where is this going to? What is
That's
this
supposed
name
to be
class?
self.name, right?
Correct, but here we are having one variable called animal, right?
Okay.
This animal, he is calling name. Does animal hold the function named name?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, does the animal hold the function named name?
No, right?
It is holding.
But those are not related, right? The test animals and then the class animal. How is that class animal is related to the class of test animal?
It will be. I'll tell you why. టెస్ట్ animals లో ఇక్కడ ప్రింట్ నేమ్ అని రాసిండు కదా,
అవును.
ఈ ఫంక్షన్ ని కాల్ చేసిండు. ఈ ఫంక్షన్ ని కాల్ చేసి వేరియబుల్ డాగ్ ఇచ్చిండు.
అవును.
డాగ్ ని డాగ్ క్లాస్ లో స్టోర్ చేసిండు.
అవును.
అప్పుడు ఏమైంది? ఈ యానిమల్ డాగ్ అయింది, డాగ్ క్లాస్ కి పోయింది. డాగ్ క్లాస్ లో నేమ్ ఉందా? ఉంది కదా. అప్పుడు ఏమైంది? ఇక్కడ ఐఎమ్ డాగ్ అని వచ్చింది.
ఇది లేయర్స్ లో ఉంది,
అందుకొరకే పాలిమార్ఫిజం. నేమ్ లోనే ఉంది కదా.
టెస్ట్
నెక్స్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు డీకోడ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు ఆలోచించండి. జస్ట్ ఆన్సర్ ఏమో స్లీప్ అని వస్తుంది. ఎందుకు వస్తుందో మీరు చెప్పండి నాకు.
ఓకే, టెస్ట్ యానిమల్ డాట్ గో టు స్లీప్ డాట్ టెస్ట్ యానిమల్ ఓకే డాట్ గో టు స్లీప్. ఓకే, దానిలో సెల్ఫ్ కామా యానిమల్లో ఏముంది? ఐ ఆమ్ క్యాట్ అని ఉంది, ఐ ఆమ్ ఎ లయన్ అని ఉంది. యానిమల్ డాట్ స్లీప్
ఓకే. సో టెస్ట్ యానిమల్స్ లో గో టు స్లీప్ ఫంక్షన్ కి డాగ్ అనే వేరియబుల్ ఇచ్చాడు. గో టు స్లీప్ ఫంక్షన్ లో సెల్ఫ్ యానిమల్ లో డాగ్ అని పెట్టాడు. సో డాగ్ అంటే సో డాగ్ వేరియబుల్ ని డాగ్ క్లాస్ ని కాల్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో డాగ్ క్లాస్ లో మనకి స్లీప్ అనే ఫంక్షన్, కానీ వాడు అక్కడ గో టు స్లీప్ అంటే ఇక్కడ స్లీప్ అనే ఫంక్షన్ ని కాల్ చేస్తున్నాడు, కానీ అక్కడ స్లీప్ ఫంక్షన్ లేదు. కానీ దాంట్లో యానిమల్ ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది కాబట్టి, యానిమల్ క్లాస్ ఉంది కాబట్టి మళ్ళీ యానిమల్ క్లాస్ లోకి వెళ్ళి అక్కడ స్లీప్ అనే ఫంక్షన్ ని కాల్ చేసి అక్కడి నుండి స్లీప్ తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ చిన్న పని చేయట్లేదు కదా.
అర్థమైందా?
అర్థమైనట్టే అనిపిస్తుంది.
కాదు, అది నువ్వు చెప్పింది కరెక్ట్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఈడేం చేసిండంటే, మనం కొంచెం తెలుగులోనే మాట్లాడుకుందాం, ఇది డిఫికల్ట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ కాబట్టి. ఇక్కడ ఒక డాగ్ ని వేరియబుల్ చేసిండు, కరెక్ట్?
అవును.
ఇదొక క్లాస్. అసలు టెస్ట్ యానిమల్స్ అనేది ఒక క్లాస్.
అవును.
ఇదొక ఫంక్షన్. గో టు స్లీప్ అనేది ఒక ఫంక్షన్, కరెక్ట్?
ఓకే. ఓకే.
ఈ డాగ్ అనేది కూడా క్లాస్. ఇక్కడ ఇన్స్టాన్షియేట్ చేసిండు డాగ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు డాగ్ అనే దాన్ని. ఇది ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్. అసలు వేరియబుల్ పాస్ చేయాల్సిన చోట ఈ అవలేగాడు ఏం చేసిండు? ఒక క్లాస్ నే పాస్ చేసిండు. ఈ క్లాస్ ని పాస్ చేయడం వల్ల ఫస్ట్ గో టు స్లీప్ లో డాగ్ ఇది ఇక్కడ వెళ్తుంది, వెళ్ళి డాగ్ అని రాస్తుంది. సెల్ఫ్ కామా డాగ్ అని రాస్తుంది, స్మాల్ డాగ్.
అక్కడ డాగ్ ఆఫ్ క్లాస్ అని రాస్తుంది అనుకుంటా కదా.
డాగ్ ఇది క్లాస్ వేరియబుల్, డాగ్ అని రాస్తుంది రాయడానికి. కాకపోతే డాగ్ అనేది ఏంది? డాగ్ ఆఫ్ అని వస్తుంది.
అవును, డాగ్ ఆఫ్ అని వస్తుంది. అవును,
డాగ్ ఆఫ్ అని వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ డాగ్ ఆఫ్ స్లీప్ ఆఫ్ అవుతుంది. డాగ్ ఆఫ్ డాట్ స్లీప్ ఆఫ్.
అవును.
డాగ్ ఆఫ్ స్లీప్ ఆఫ్ ఇక్కడికి వెళ్తుంది, వెళ్ళి డాగ్ ఆఫ్ లో స్లీప్ ఆఫ్ లేదు,
ఓహో, కానీ అక్కడ యానిమల్
యానిమల్ ఉంది. యానిమల్ లో
Animal.
స్లీప్ ఆఫ్ ఉందా? ఉంది. సో తీసుకొచ్చింది. నువ్వు చెప్పింది కరెక్ట్ ఇందాక, కాకపోతే డీకోడ్ చేసుకుంటే ఆ విధంగా. ఇది ట్రై చేయి ఒకసారి, ఇంకోటి తర్వాత చూద్దాం మీకు అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా. మేక్ నాయిస్ ని ట్రై చేయి.
నేనే చెప్పనా?
నువ్వు చెప్పినా నాగరాజ్ చెప్పినా మీ ఇష్టం, అది ఎవరొక్కరు.
సేమ్ మేక్ నాయిస్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? లాస్ట్ టెస్ట్ యానిమల్ లో లాస్ట్ ఫంక్షన్ నాయిస్ డాట్ మేక్ యానిమల్ దాంట్లో మేక్ నాయిస్ ఉంది. యా, మేక్ నాయిస్ సెల్ఫ్ అంటే రోర్ రావాలి. అక్కడ ఏమొస్తుంది? వూల్ఫ్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఇంకో యానిమల్ లో వూల్ఫ్ అని ఉంది. సో అది రోర్ అన్న రావచ్చు, వూల్ఫ్ అన్న రావచ్చు, కానీ ఇక్కడ వూల్ఫ్ అని ప్రింట్ అయింది. అంతేనా?
ఓకే, రోర్ వస్తుంది అంటావు నువ్వు ఇక్కడ.
అవును, రోర్ అయినా రావచ్చు, వూల్ఫ్ అయినా రావచ్చు, రెండు అలానే ఉంది.
కానీ
Okay.
డాగ్ అని ఉంది కదా, మేక్ నాయిస్ ఆఫ్ డాగ్ కాబట్టి డాగ్ క్లాస్ ని కాల్ చేస్తుంది కాబట్టి డాగ్ క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నది ఏముంది అంటే మేక్ నాయిస్ కి ఊఫ్ అని కాబట్టి ఊఫ్ అని వస్తుంది.
డాగ్ క్లాస్ ఇక్కడ
సో ఇక్కడ మేక్ నాయిస్ ఆఫ్ డాగ్ అని ఉంది కదా,
కరెక్ట్.
టెస్ట్ యానిమల్స్ డాట్ మేక్ నాయిస్ ఆఫ్ డాగ్ కదా. డాగ్
Yeah.
అంటే పైన మనం డాగ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు డాగ్ ఆఫ్ అని. సో డాగ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు డాగ్ ఆఫ్ అంటే ఇక్కడికి వస్తే డాగ్ ఆఫ్ మేక్ నాయిస్ అని వస్తుంది కదా
ఇక్కడ.
డాగ్ ఆఫ్ మేక్ నాయిస్ ఆఫ్. సో డాగ్ ఆఫ్ అంటే ఆ క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళి
క్లియర్, అర్థమైంది.
సో నాగరాజ్ చెప్పినట్టు మేక్ నాయిస్ రోర్ రావాలంటే ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది లాస్ట్ దాంట్లో. అర్థమైందా? సో ఇది
అర్థమైతుంది,
పాలిమార్ఫిజం అన్నమాట.
రాయాలంటే
అర్థమైనట్టే ఉంది కానీ నా డౌట్, మేజర్ డౌట్ ఏంటిదంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఈ కోడ్ అంతా చూస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి డీకోడ్ చేయగలుగుతున్నాం. అసలు అర్థమైందా వాట్ ఐమ్ ట్రైంగ్ టు, నా పాయింట్ ఏంటో?
నేను నీకు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కూడా చెప్తా. నేను ఫస్ట్ నాకు ఆటోమేషన్ రోబోట్స్ బిల్డ్ చేయమన్నప్పుడు క్లాస్ రాస్తా అని చెప్పిన మా మేనేజర్ కి. ఎవరైనా జీఈలో విపి లెవెల్, ఆయన టెక్నికల్ ఆర్కిటెక్ట్ మా ప్రాజెక్ట్ కి. అయితే ఆయన జావా ఎక్స్పర్ట్, సోలారిస్ అడ్మిన్, ఆయనకు రాని లాంగ్వేజ్ ఉండదు, పైథాన్, అన్ని ప్రోగ్రాంలు వచ్చాయి ఆయనకి. ఒకటే చెప్పిండు నాకు, క్లాస్ అనేది రాయకు. నువ్వు క్లాస్ అనేది రాసి ఇన్హెరిట్ రాసి పాలిమర్ఫ్ రాస్తే నువ్వు కంపెనీ వదిలిపోతే వేరే వాడికి కోడ్ హ్యాండిల్ చేయడం రాదు. సింపుల్ ఫంక్షన్స్ రాసి ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయి అన్నాడు.
ఓకే,
అర్థమైందా? నువ్వు క్లాస్ అనేది రాసిపోయినావు అనుకో, పాలిమార్ఫిజం లో పెట్టిపోయినావు నీ కోడ్ లా, రేపు వేరే వాడు వస్తాడు, వాడికి హ్యాండిల్ చేయడం రాదు.
వాడికి డీకోడ్ చేసుకోవడానికే టైం పడుతుంది.
సో ఏంటంటే నీ మీద డిపెండెన్సీ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో నువ్వు క్లాసులు రాసి ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసినావు అనుకో, నీ మీద డిపెండెన్సీ క్రియేట్ అయిపోతుంది అక్కడ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా.
మనం అదే రాసుకోవాలి.
నీకు జాబ్ డిపెండెన్సీ క్రియేట్ అవ్వాలంటే క్లాసులే రాయాలి నువ్వు.
అదే
బెస్ట్.
క్లాసులు రాసి అది కూడా ఇట్లే ఈ డాగ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, లైన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎట్లుంది ఈ రేంజ్ లో రాయాలి, పాలిమార్ఫిజం రేంజ్ లో రాసి ఎక్కడెక్కడనో కాల్ చేయాలి. అసలు నీకు అర్థం కాదు.
ఇండియాలో ఉన్నా కానీ తిరిగి తెప్పించుకుంటాడు అనుకుంటా యుఎస్ కి.
సింపుల్. నేను ఉట్టి ఫంక్షన్స్ రాసి రోబోట్లు బిల్డ్ చేసి ఆటోమేషన్లు చేసినందుకు వాళ్ళ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఒక కంపెనీ నుంచి ఇంకో కంపెనీ స్విచ్ అయితే నేను మధ్యలో ఇంకో కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళిపోయినా. అసలు నాకు వాళ్ళకి సంబంధం కూడా లేదు. 6 months వాళ్ళు కంపెనీ స్విచ్ అయినందుకు నాకు ఫోన్ చేసి నాకు మీరు కావాలి వచ్చేసేయి అని చెప్పింది మా క్లయింట్.
కూల్ కదా.
జస్ట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ రాసిన, నేను క్లాసులు కూడా రాయలే.
ఓకే,
డిపెండెన్సీ నేను క్రియేట్ చేసుకోకపోయినా కూడా అక్కడ వచ్చింది. ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళకి అర్థమైంది, ఓకే వీడు ఉంటే మనకి ఈ విధంగా యూజ్ అవుతాడు, వీడు ఇన్ని బిల్డ్ చేసిండు, వాడు మళ్ళీ వస్తే మనకి గ్రేట్ వాళ్ళ ఉద్దేశంలో. సో ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఒకవేళ మీరు పాలిమార్ఫిజం లెవెల్కి వెళ్ళి హ్యాండిల్ చేయడం మొదలెట్టినారు అనుకోండి, ఇంకా మీకు కొట్టేటోడు ఉండడు బస్. ఇంకా నెక్స్ట్ 5 ఏళ్ళు పైథాన్ ఎడిగిపోదు.
ఓకే, ట్రై చేయాలి.
ఫస్ట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ తో ఫ్లెక్సిబుల్ అయిపోండి, తర్వాత పాలిమార్ఫిజం రాస్తే ఇంక అంతే. నో వన్ కెన్ టచ్ యూ ఇన్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్. అదే ఓకే, ఇంకో 2 slides చూద్దాం. ఓకే, everywhere in polymorphism in Python. Since Python is a dynamic programming language, it means Python is strong typed as interpreter keeps track of all variable type. It reflects the polymorphism character in Python. Dynamic track variable is so the in the lame lazy slide lo. Next. So in Python, many operators have the property of polymorphism, like the following: 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Key plus board is equal to keyboard. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 4 plus 5 plus 6. Either in the direct addition. 1, 2, 3 tuple addition. Okay. Dictionary addition. Looks stupid, but the key is that variables can support any object, which can support add operation. Not only integer, but strings, list, tuples, dictionary can realize they relatively add operation. సో ఇండైరెక్ట్ వీడు ఏం చెప్పాలనుకుంటుంటే, పైథాన్ లో ఈ బేసిక్ ఆపరేషన్ మనం ఏదైతే చూస్తున్నామో 1+2 అన్నా కానీ, స్ట్రింగ్ ఆపరేషన్ కానీ, లిస్ట్ ఆపరేషన్ కానీ, ట్యూపుల్ ఆపరేషన్ కానీ, డిక్షనరీ ఆపరేషన్, అన్ని డేటా టైప్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ. కాకపోతే ప్లస్ అనేది రాస్తే ఇట్ ఈస్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఐ హావ్ టు యాడ్. అది వాడు ఏ విధంగా హ్యాండిల్ చేసిండు, పాలిమార్ఫిజం లా హ్యాండిల్ చేసిండు ఇంటర్నల్ గా. అర్థమైందా?
ఓకే, సో బేసిక్ గా ఫంక్షన్ ని పైథాన్ ఎట్లా డిఫైన్ చేశాడు అంటే పాలిమార్ఫిజం త్రూ డిఫైన్ చేశాడు.
కరెక్ట్. సో ఇక్కడ చూడు, some methods in Python also have polymorphism character like ripper function. Okay, a is equal to 1 2 3, b is equal to ripper of a, b is 1 2 3, c is equal to string, b plus c is equal to 1 2 3 of string. For ripper method, it can transfer any kinds of data to string type. In the above example, it converts integer to string of 1 2 3. It can even add a string to get 1 2 3 string. సో వీడు సింపుల్ గా చెప్పదలుచుకుంది ఏంటంటే, రెపర్ ఆఫ్ ఏ అని రాస్తే ఇది స్ట్రింగ్ కి కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి అనే దాన్ని కూడా వాడు పాలిమార్ఫిజం లో బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో డిఫైన్ చేసుకున్నాడంట. అర్థమైందా నీకు?
కొంచెం
అంటే ఏంటంటే, ఇప్పుడు నీకు ఈ ఒక్క లైన్ ఇక్కడ చూస్తే నీకు అర్థమైపోతుంది. ఓకే, స్ట్రింగ్, నేను అభిషేక్ ఏం చెప్పిండు నీకు 2-3 క్లాసెస్ కింద, 1 ప్లస్ స్ట్రింగ్ సచిన్ టెండూల్కర్ అని రాస్తే అడిషన్ కాలే. ఎందుకు? 1 అనేది ఇంటీజరు, స్ట్రింగ్ అనేది సచిన్ టెండూల్కర్. సో కాకపోతే నేనేం చెప్పిన, స్ట్రింగ్ ఆఫ్ 1 అని పెట్టేసేయి, తర్వాత సచిన్ టెండూల్కర్ యాడ్ చేయి, 1 సచిన్ టెండూల్కర్ అని వస్తుంది అని చెప్పిన. కరెక్ట్? అది ఎట్లా ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా లోపల ఎట్లా హ్యాండిల్ అవుతుంది? ఆడు పైథాన్ లో డిఫైన్ చేసుకోవడంలో పాలిమార్ఫిజం కాన్సెప్ట్ పెట్టుకున్నాడు అక్కడ. పెట్టుకొని అవలేగాడు ప్లస్ సింబల్ అనేది మధ్యలో రాస్తే ఆ రెండు యాడ్ కాకపోతే, వాడు ఏదైనా కన్వర్షన్ ఫంక్షన్ రాస్తే ఈ కన్వర్షన్ ఫంక్షన్ లో గో ఇన్హెరిట్ దట్ స్ట్రింగ్ క్లాస్ ఫర్ దిస్ వేరియబుల్ అనేది. ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ స్పీక్ లో రోర్ అని ఎందుకు వచ్చింది మనకి? లయన్ పాస్ చేసినాం కాబట్టి. లయన్ లో స్పీక్ అనేది ఉందా? ఉంది, అందుకొరకే రోర్ వచ్చింది. లయన్ లో స్లీప్ అనేది లేదు కాబట్టి అది పోయి యానిమల్ లో పోయింది. అట్లా ఇండైరెక్ట్ డిపెండెన్సీస్ విచ్ వి కెనాట్ సీ. ఓకే, అట్లా అన్నమాట. వీడు చెప్పదలుచుకుంది మనకి ఏదో నీతి వాక్యాలు చెప్తున్నాడు. పాలిమార్ఫిజం అంటే డిస్ట్రాయ్ చేయకండి. Only word to destroy polymorphism is check types by using type, is instance, is subclass, etc. Don't do that. ఇక్కడ రాసింది చూడు, ట్రెడిషనల్ పాలిమార్ఫిజం డిజైన్. పాలిమార్ఫిజం ఆపరేటర్స్ అంటే రెపర్ ఫంక్షన్, స్ట్రింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఫంక్షన్స్, మెథడ్స్, ఇంకా ఫంక్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ టైప్, ఈజ్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్, సబ్ క్లాస్, ఇలాంటివి యూజ్ చేసి పాలిమార్ఫిజం అంటే డిస్ట్రాయ్ చేయకండి. ఓకే, so that is all about the basics of
oops.
But we will see few examples చూద్దాం క్లాసెస్ తో. ఆబ్వియస్లీ క్లాసెస్ కొంచెం ఎక్కువనే టైం పెట్టుకున్నాం మనము, అదేం టెన్షన్ లేదు. ప్లీజ్ ఈ లింక్ పంపిస్తా, చదవండి కొంచెం, మీకేమైనా అర్థమవుతుంది, లేకపోతే మర్చిపోతారు మళ్ళా.
ఓకే, లోకల్లో ఉంది అనుకుంటా కదా.
ఏంది ఏ సారీ, ఇది లోకల్లో ఉందా? ఓకే ఓకే, పీడిఎఫ్ పంపించేస్తా అటాచ్మెంట్, నేను డైరెక్ట్ పేజ్
ఇంకే పంపండి. సో అంతా ఒక దగ్గర ఉంటుంది మెటీరియల్.
అదే మొన్న మెయిల్ చేయని ఉంది కదా, దాంట్లోనే పెడతాం మళ్ళీ. ఓకేనా, చలో మరి, బాయ్ బాయ్.
బాయ్.